Let us pray. God of many names, we lift up grateful hearts for these students whom we honor today for their achievements. We are thankful for their families who began the journey, for faculty and staff who have shared the path with them, and for relationships who have held them steady. We celebrate their capacity for creativity, for critical thinking, for focused effort. Thank you for their confidence to discover and explore new possibilities, and for their trust in Hendrix, for the transformation of their minds and hearts. Enable them to draw upon the wisdom and experience of yesterday as they respond to the questions and concerns of tomorrow. Support our honored student leaders as they continue to make a difference in the world and lead lives of accomplishment, integrity, service, and joy. Amen. Please be seated.
Good morning. Welcome to the Honors Day Convocation. Let me start with an important question. How's my hat head? Is it okay? Fine. Okay, good. I'll take that. This is a joyful day for the campus, recognizing the contributions and achievements of so many members of our community in the classroom and beyond. But it's also a bittersweet day, for this convocation is one more milepost for the class of 2017. Another sign like the fourth blooming of the azaleas in your time at Hendrix, or the increasingly insistent chorus of, "So what are you doing next year?" question from relatives and friends, that the end is truly in sight. As I look around this room, I see so many faces of leaders on this campus, of people who have given so much and benefited so much during your time at Hendrix, of folks I have applauded at chamber orchestra concerts or on the athletic fields, whose artworks I have admired or whose performances on stage have inspired me, folks who I've seen running around campus with PVC pipe weapons, or who have stopped to visit with Kiba on our evening walks, of familiar faces from the CAF and the Free Weights Corner in the WAC and Senate meetings, and quick greetings in the stairwell of Fawcett Hall. To all of you, but especially those whose days with us in the bubble are numbered, thank you for all you have done at Hendrix, and congratulations on all your achievements. We feel a great deal of pride in you and in your accomplishments. We've all seen how hard you work and how much you care about your academic pursuits, your co-curricular activities, about the world in which we live, and about the community we have here at the college. And I'm proud, too, today of Hendrix, because while we are gathered to celebrate and recognize the achievements of many students, we all realize that no substantial accomplishment is ever due entirely to individual effort, but instead grows from a far broader base of parents and families, mentors and role models, teachers and advisors, friends and classmates, fierce competitors, and nurturing supporters. So today, even as we single out excellence within our community, we should remember that we are applauding not just those who stand up here for awards, but we are applauding the Hendrix family as a whole, whose collective efforts allow us all, challenge us all, and support us all to be the best that we can possibly be. So congratulations and a hearty well done to everyone, students, families, friends, faculty, and staff, for your part in the successes we are about to start celebrating.
As Provost of the College, I'm delighted to add my welcome to President Susui's to the Honors Day Convocation. It's wonderful to see so many members of our community here to help us celebrate excellence throughout the many and varied activities students pursue in academics. Today, we will also be celebrating faculty excellence in two areas, teaching and academic advising. For the ceremony, we will begin with the faculty awards, then we will move to student awards with the co-curricular awards presented by Dean Wilchin, and then we move to the academic awards presented by Drs. Miller, Moran, Berryman, and me. Finally, we will end with the announcement of this year's President's Medal recipient. In many instances, the awards being given are named in honor of an individual. If that person or members of his or her family are present, we invite you to stand when the award is given. To help the ceremony proceed smoothly, we will be asking groups of students within each award category to come up to the front of the auditorium and take a seat in the front row. Then, when your name is called for your award, please come up to the stage from the left side, proceed to get your award from the president, and then remain on the right side of the stage until everyone in your group has received his or her award and the presenter has asked the audience to acknowledge you. Then you may return to your original seat in the audience. We will begin with the faculty awards. The United Methodist Church Exemplary Teaching Award recognizes a faculty member who demonstrates excellence in teaching, civility and concern for students and colleagues, commitment to values-centered education, and service to students, the institution, and community. The nominations for this year's recipient described a truly impressive teacher who exemplifies all the qualities necessary for the award. The nominations included comments such as, "one of the finest teachers I have ever encountered," and described him as enthusiastic, innovative, and supportive. He uses many interactions outside of the classroom as teachable moments for students and has told colleagues that he uses student application processes for graduate school and distinguished scholarships as part of his approach to student development. The 2016-2017 exemplary teacher is Dr. Todd Tinsley. So, Todd. The Carol Herrick Award for Excellence in Academic Advising is given to recognize high-quality academic advising, which includes contributions in advisings that help students formulate and achieve their intellectual, career, and personal goals. The nominations for this year's recipient laud her approachability and commitment to helping all students. Students praise her receptiveness to ideas when they are applying for grants and Odyssey projects, and also comment that she pushes them to think critically and creatively. She is organized, reliable, and timely, and encourages students in their professional and personal goals. Students also commented that she gives them practical ways to become people outside of the classroom. The 2016-2017 Herrick Award winner is Dr. Ann Goldberg. Now we begin the student awards. Dean Wilchin will begin with the co-curricular awards.
Would Kyle Christensen, Hannah Christensen, Isabella Krang, Joshua Copeland, Jackson Fitzgibbon, Grace Featherston, Mac Nandarak, and Ben Talcott please come forward at this time and take a seat in the front row. As the provost explained, when your name is called, we ask that you come up on stage to receive your award and then remain on stage until all the awards in this category have been bestowed. The audience is asked to hold its acknowledgement until all the awards in this category have been presented. Mac Nadarak is the recipient of the Darrell G. Trotter Memorial Award, which is given to a resident of Couch Hall who has exhibited enthusiastic leadership and mature citizenship. Hannah Christensen is the recipient of the Jesse Embry Award, which is given to the Galloway woman who embodies best those qualities for which Miss Embry is admired and respected: selfless pride in her work, deep caring for others, devotion and service beyond what is asked or required. Kyle Christensen is the recipient of the Hardin Hall Outstanding Citizen Award, which is presented to the resident of Hardin Hall, who in the estimation of his peers has done the most for his hall and fellow residents and has best exemplified the standards and ideals of Hendricks College. Ben Talcott is the recipient of the Captain W. W. Martin Award, which is given to the Martin resident who has demonstrated those qualities which Captain Martin's life exemplified: strong leadership, good character, and concern for others. Isabella Krang is the recipient of the Rainey Hall Award, which is presented to the Rainey woman who has best exemplifies loyalty, enthusiasm, and friendship. Grace Featherston is the recipient of the Violet Braley Award and is honored by her peers for her dedication, her enthusiasm, and her genuine consideration for fellow VZ residents. Jackson Fitzgibbon is the recipient of the Apartment Council Outstanding Leadership and Service Award. This award is presented to the standout resident of the apartment community who has volunteered more than his or her fair share of work in improving the community. Joshua Copeland is the recipient of the House's Council Award, and this award is presented to the outstanding resident who has been devoted to building community and fostering friendship in the House area. Please join me in congratulating these winners of the Residence Life Awards. Would Abby Gutmayton, Morgan Carrico, Barrett Goodwin, Mark Hickey, Faison Khan, Anna King, Churag Lala, Peyton Roush, Prathipa Ravakumar, Dimple Shaw, Maddie Thacker, and Matthew Tran please come forward and take a seat in the front row. Prathipa Ravakumar is the recipient of the Betty F. Bumpers International Leadership and Fellowship Award, given to a student who has made the most significant contributions to the development of international activities and understanding within the Hendricks College community. Churag Lala is the recipient of the Dr. I.L. Claude Jr. International Studies Achievement Award, given by the International Intercultural Studies Committee to the senior whose overall record in international studies courses, including foreign languages, culture studies, and the various disciplines of the college, and in overseas studies programs, reflects the most outstanding level of academic achievement. Churag, you can stay where you are. Chirag, I'm so sorry. I apologize. It is April. Chirag, I'll get it better by the end of the day, apparently. Is also the recipient of the Mary Richardson Award for outstanding achievement in Student Congress, Model UN, or mock trial, established in 2017 by friends, family, and former students to honor Mary Richardson, instructor of oral communications from 1979 to 2016, and faculty advisor to Student Congress, mock trial, and Model UN United Nations, and an advocate for the art of the spoken word. Maddie Thacker is the recipient of the Matt L. Ellis Volunteer of the Year Award, given in honor of Dr. Ellis to a student who has excelled in service work to the community. Maddie is the chair of the Volunteer Action Committee on campus, a Miller Center Service Scholar, and has been active in volunteering each week in the Conway community. Dimple Shaw is the recipient of the Alice Hines Award for Excellence in Multicultural Leadership and Service, presented by the Office of Multicultural and Student Services to this individual who has gone beyond the call of duty to bolster diversity on the Hendrix College campus. This award was named after Dr. Alice Hines, CABE Distinguished Professor of English, due to her continuous efforts to provide an environment that is culturally diverse and accepting of differences. The Student Impact Award is presented by the Dean of Students Office to recognize the work of an individual who has made significant positive impact on the student culture. In particular, this award recognizes students who provide leadership that increases support for our students by creating programs or events that enhance understanding within our community. This year, we recognize 3 outstanding students for their work: Faison Khan, Anna King, and Matthew Tran. Go back to the line. We'll get you. The Student Organization of the Year is presented to the student organization whose work has been most outstanding over the course of this past academic year. This year's award goes to the Muslim Student Association. MSA is represented by Faison Khan, and it hosted a number of impactful programs this year and is instrumental in building bridges with a number of other student organizations. Thank you for that. The Quiet Leader Award is presented to students whose work behind the scenes has made a difference for our campus. In particular, this award represents student efforts that might otherwise be overlooked. This year's winners are Peyton Rausch and Morgan Carrico. Peyton has been recognized for outstanding work behind the scenes on a number of campus events and clubs, including SoCo, Miss Hendrix, and the Red Brick Film Festival. Morgan has been recognized for her commitment behind the scenes in support of Campus Kitty for the last 4 years. The Sustainability Fund Service Award is presented by the Sustainability Fund Committee to recognize an individual who has demonstrated a commitment to leadership in sustainability, education, and environmentally friendly practices. This year's honoree is Abby Gatmaton. The Ellis Arnold Award for Outstanding Campus Leadership is presented to the student who demonstrates a commitment to the ideals of the college and provides collaborative leadership to provide a positive impact on the lives of students. The recipient demonstrates a positive attitude and sought to inspire others through vision, humble leadership, and high expectations. And this year's award goes to Prathipa Ravikumar. The Danny Powell Service Leadership Award goes to a student whose outstanding organizational leadership, dedication to good citizenship, and commitment to service to the Hendrix community. And this year we have 2 winners, Barrett Goodwin and Mark Hickey. Please join me in congratulating the winners of the Student Organization Award.
morning. Will the following students who are being honored by the Classics program please come forward? Megan Elizabeth Prettyman and Walker Houston Rice. Megan, y'all can just come on up. Megan Elizabeth Prettyman and Walker Houston Rice will be graduating with distinction in Classics. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of English please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Rashani Turab Ali, Margaret Hardy Boyles, Kara Mariah Kaufman, Anna Maureen Connard, Anushe Jawani, Maria Virginia Cressin, Zachary Quinn Villemes. Rashani Turab Ali is the recipient of the Robert L. Campbell Walter A. Moffett Award, named in honor of two distinguished longtime chairmen of the department. The award is given by the Department of English to the freshman or sophomore student who demonstrates outstanding potential in the study of literature. Margaret Hardy Boyles and Anushe Jawani are the recipients of the Isaac Andrew Campbell Memorial Prize for Creative Writing. It's offered by Dr. James Means in memory of his late grandfather to the student who has shown outstanding talent, promise, and achievement as a creative writer. Anushe Jawani and Marie Virginia Cressin are the recipients of the McChristian English Prize offered by the family of the late Dr. Fred McChristian to an outstanding senior English major. Anusha will be graduating with distinction in English. Kara Maria Kaufman and Zachary Quinn Villemes are the recipients of the Kenneth Story Best Senior Thesis Award, which is given by the Department of English to the senior English majors who write the most outstanding thesis in literature or film. Dr. Kenneth Story, Emeritus Professor of English who taught at Hendrix between 1972 and 2001, demonstrated during his career constant devotion to teaching and learning, as well as scrupulous adherence to the highest standards of literary scholarship. Kara and Zach will also be graduating with distinction in English. And the following students will be graduating with distinction in English: Anna Maureen Connard. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of Foreign Languages please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Erica Benoit, Sadie Carol Bullard, Anna Maureen Connard, Claire Marguerite Dupree, Catherine Elizabeth Dobbins, Emily Irene Hardick, Savannah Catherine Herrera, Anna Catherine Burke King, Kevin James Crager, Elizabeth Ann Phelps, Crystal Caitlin Stetler, and Claire Marie Zarker. The following students will be graduating with distinction in French: Anna Maureen Connard, Emily Irene Hardick, Savannah Catherine Herrera, and Claire Marie Zarker. The following students will be graduating with distinction in Spanish: Erica Benoit, Sadie Carol Bullard, Claire Marguerite Dupree, Catherine Elizabeth Dobbins, Anna Catherine Burke King, Kevin James Crager, Elizabeth Ann Phelps, and Crystal Caitlin Stetler. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of Music please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Sydney Siebert Hickok, Jalen L. Perry, and Jonathan Paul Saunders. Jalen L. Perry is the recipient of the Hendricks College Chamber Orchestra Award, presented to the member of the orchestra who's demonstrated the highest degree of musicianship, leadership, and dedication. Jonathan Paul Saunders is the recipient of the Ashley R. Kaufman Wind Ensemble Award. Recipients are selected based on musicianship and commitment to the program during the current year. Sydney Siebert Hickok is the recipient of the Robert McGill Choral Music Award, presented to the member of the Hendricks College Choir whose musicality, hard work, dependability, and dedication are recognized by his or her peers and by the director as having made an outstanding contribution to the choir. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the students being honored by the Department of Philosophy please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Muad Abdulrahim, Sydney Siebert Hickok, and Carla Marlene Cintigo. Muad Abdulrahim and Sydney Siebert Hickok are the recipients of the Robert G. Schumacher Award, presented to graduating philosophy majors who have demonstrated the greatest sensitivity to philosophical issues and creative enthusiasm for the study of philosophy. Carla Marlene Cintigo will be graduating with distinction in philosophy. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of Theater, Arts, and Dance please come forward, walking, not dancing, and take a seat in the front row? Rachel Estelle Allman, Rachel Brenna Arp, Amanda Kathleen Ayers, Barrett Connor Goodwin, and Wesley Caitlin Harrison. Rachel Brenna Arp is the recipient of the Rosemary E. Hennenberg Scholarship, established in 2002 in honor of Dr. Rosemary Hennenberg, Willis H. Holmes Distinguished Professor Emerita of Theater Arts and longtime chair of the department, to recognize outstanding achievement by a rising junior or senior in theater arts. The recipient should give evidence of outstanding effort in the academic aspects of the study of drama and theater, theatrical aspects of the performance of theater, and departmental leadership and good spirit. Wesley Caitlin Harrison is the recipient of the Vivian Hill Drama Award offered by the Hendricks Players to the student who during the year has done the most to further drama activities. Wesley will also be graduating with distinction in theater arts and dance. Rachel Estelle Allman is the recipient of the Ella Muriel Shanks Scholarship, established in 1992 in the honor of Ella Muriel Shanks, Emerita Professor and longtime chair of the Theater Arts Department, to recognize outstanding achievement by a rising senior in the department. Barrett Connor Goodwin is the recipient of the Dr. and Mrs. F. Marion Tullison Prize, endowed by the late Dr. and Mrs. Tullison for the student with outstanding achievements in speech, oral interpretation, public speaking, and dramatics. Amanda Kathleen Ayers is the recipient of the Graham Duncan Award, established in 2011 by the faculty of the Department of Theater Arts and Dance, given to a member or members of the Hendricks Dance Ensemble in recognition and encouragement of excellence in ensemble leadership, exemplary character, and academic achievement in artistic and creative coursework, demonstrating an all-embracing artistry of movement. Please join me in congratulating the students. Dr. Matt Moran will now announce the Natural Science Area's honors.
Morning. Will the following students being honored by the Biochemistry and Molecular Biology program please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Maud Abdul Rahim, John Christopher Anderson, Nicholas John Baltz, Lauren Elise Dickinson, Annalie Taylor Elizabeth Glass, Victoria Catherine Hughes, Michelle Lon Nguyen, Alexandra Curtis Jones, Ilya Alexandrovich Pound, Cameron Patrick Ryan, and Matthew Tam Lin Tron. Muad Abdul Rahim and Alexander Curtis Jones are the recipients of the Bruce W. Haggard Award, given in recognition of a graduating senior BCMB major whose performance in courses, comprehensive examinations, and departmental contributions are of the highest quality. Both Muad and Alexander will be graduating with distinction in biochemistry and molecular biology. The following students will be graduating with distinction in biochemistry and molecular biology: John Christian Anderson, Nicholas John Baltz, Lauren Elise Dickinson, Annalie Taylor Elizabeth Glass, Victoria Catherine Hughes, Michelle Lon Nguyen, Ilya Alexandrovich Pound, Cameron Patrick Ryan, and Matthew Tam Lin Tran. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of Biology or Alpha Epsilon Delta please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Jessica Laurie Bunamwezi, Kendall Michelle Davis, Skylar Ferguson, Alexandra Claire Forst, Amelia Holland Grayson, Heather Moran Hirsch, Troy Matthew Kozer, Kevin James Crager, Julia Ellis Leffler, Colton Joseph Pollinger, Catherine Ann Rabin, Michaela Rose Seltzer, Olivia Campbell Sims, Joy Elizabeth Stapper, Elizabeth Marie Sue, Spencer Joseph Taylor, and Anastasia Nicole Ventrano. You may not have enough seats. Skylar Ferguson is a recipient of the Albert M. Raymond AED Award, offered by Beta Chapter of the Alpha Epsilon Delta, given to a member of the fraternity entering medical, dental, veterinary, or paramedical professional school. Kevin James Crager is a recipient of the Dr. G. Thomas Clark Biology Award, given in recognition of a graduating senior biology major who exemplifies the biological interest, the academic, intellectual character, and leadership qualities exhibited by Dr. G. Thomas Clark. Kevin will also be graduating with distinction in biology. Elizabeth Marie Sue is a recipient of the Johnson Biology Award, given in recognition of the graduating senior biology major who exemplifies the biological interests, the academic, intellectual, character, and leadership qualities exhibited by Dr. Arthur A. Johnson. Elizabeth will be graduating with distinction in biology. Amelia Holland Grayson is a recipient of the Jim Kelly Award, granted to an outstanding health science senior who has excelled in the senior capstone course, displayed an inquisitive nature about the field, and demonstrated leadership in the department. Amelia will also be graduating with distinction in health sciences. Olivia Campbell Sims is a recipient of the Earl A. Spessard Biology Award, offered to the biology major whose performances in courses, comprehensive examinations, and departmental contributions is of the highest quality. Olivia will also be graduating with distinction in biology. Troy Matthew Kozer is a recipient of the Keith Sutton Award, given in recognition of a graduating senior biology major who exemplifies the biological interests, the academic, intellectual character, and leadership qualities exhibited by Dr. J. Keith Sutton. Troy will also be graduating with distinction in biology. The following students are also graduating with distinction in biology: Jessica Laurie Bonamwezi, Kendall Michelle Davis, Alexandra Claire Forst, Heather Moran Hirsch, Julia Ellis Leffler, Catherine Ann Rabin, Michaela Rose Seltzer, and Spencer Joseph Taylor. The following students are graduating with distinction in health sciences: Colton Joseph Pollinger, Joy Elizabeth Stapper, and Anastasia Nicole Ventrano. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Chemical Physics program please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Kylie Aurora Dickerson and John Carmichael Gann. Kylie Aurora Dickerson and John Carmichael Gann will be graduating with distinction in chemical physics. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of Chemistry please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Sydney B. Faubert, John Carmichael Gann, Abigail Nora Gatmaton, Brittany Grace Griffin, Ian Michael McVinney, and Dimple Himanshu Shah. Sydney B. Faubert is a recipient of the McHenry Chemistry Award offered in honor of the late Dr. M.J. McHenry by his 4 children to the top-ranking senior major. Sydney will also be graduating with distinction in chemistry. Abigail Nora Gatmaton is a recipient of the American Institute of Chemists Award, presented to a graduating senior planning to enter graduate school who has demonstrated scholastic achievement. Abby is also the recipient of the Analytical Chemistry Award and will be graduating with distinction in chemistry. John Carmichael Gann is a recipient of the American Chemical Society's Inorganic Chemistry Award, awarded to a student demonstrating scholastic achievement in inorganic chemistry. John is also the recipient of the Physical Chemistry Award, offered by the American Chemical Society to recognize outstanding achievement in physical chemistry. Dimple Himanshu Shah is a recipient of the Teague Service Award, given in honor of Dr. Warfield Teague for her hard work and dedication to the chemistry department. The following students will be graduating with distinction in chemistry: Brittany Grace Griffin, Ian Michael McVinney. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Environmental Studies program please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Erica Benoit, Hannah Lynn Davis, and Troy Matthew Kozer. The following students will be graduating with distinction in Environmental Studies: Erica Benoit, Hannah Lynn Davis, and Troy Matthew Kozer. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science please come forward and take a seat in the front row. Travis Austin Hauk, Olivier Quizera, L.G. Leslie Lacovius, Reese Buchanan Mitchell, Sarah Catherine Nicholson, Patrick Nyongabu, Ryan Thomas Rose, Candace Dawn Seringer, and Andrew Colin Shaddix. Reese Buchanan Mitchell and Sarah Catherine Nicholson are the recipients of the McHenry Lane Mathematics Award, honoring the late Dr. Harry Lane and the late Miss Elizabeth McHenry, offered to the freshman students with the highest academic achievement in the calculus sequence. Ryan Thomas Rose and Candace Dawn Seringer are the recipients of the Hogan Mathematics Prize, presented in honor of the late Dr. Walter Edwin Hogan, to the senior mathematics majors with the highest achievement in upper-level mathematics courses and with active participation in departmental activities. Ryan and Candace will also be graduating with distinction in mathematics. Travis Austin Hauk is the recipient of the Parker Undergraduate Research Award, honoring Dr. Philip Parker, and presented to mathematics majors for outstanding undergraduate research culminating in publication or presentation at a regional or national research conference. Travis will also be graduating with distinction in mathematics. Ryan Thomas Rose and Andrew Colin Shaddix are the recipients of the Robert C. Esslinger Computer Science Award, presented to the senior computer science students with high achievement in upper-level computer science courses and with active participation in departmental activities. Ryan and Andrew will also be graduating with distinction in computer science. Sorry, Ryan will be graduating with distinction in computer science. No, both of them will be. Sorry. It's a misprint on here. Olivier Quizera will be graduating with distinction in mathematics. The following students will be graduating with distinction in computer science: L.J. Leslie Lacovius and Patrick Nyongabu. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are to be honored by the Department of Physics please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Karthik Venkata Garamella, Jacob Fletcher Hines, Ethan Daniel Hoppy, Travis Austin Hauk, Shuyin Hua Alexander Curtis Jones, Joseph Robert Matson, Trang Thi Nguyen, and Bethany A. Starr. Jacob Fletcher Hines and Bethany A. Starr are the recipients of the Joe G. Robbins Physics Award, which recognizes outstanding performance by a senior in their second year of physics courses at Hendrix. Karthik Venkata Garamella is the recipient of the Richard Raleigh Undergraduate Research Award, given in recognition of the physics student who has demonstrated excellence in scientific research over 1 or more years. The award is named for Dr. Richard Raleigh, Professor Emeritus of Physics, in honor of his dedication to undergraduate research. Karthik will also be graduating with distinction in physics. These students will be graduating with distinction in physics: Ethan Daniel Hoppy, Shuyin Hua, Joseph Robert Matson, Travis Austin Hauk, Alexander Curtis Jones, and Trang Thi Nguyen. Please join me in congratulating these students. Dr. Todd Berryman will announce the social science area honors.
Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of Economics and Business please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Callista Zoe Corwin, Elizabeth Forbes, Shaquille Rashad Grant, Shirag Lala, Elvis Mong, Hugh Trung Nguyen, William Alexander Robb, Peyton Alexis Roush, Robbie Dallas Riggs, Julia Bertina Secor, Olivia Grace Sloan, Ryan Edward Stanowski, Stephen Mark Stearman, Aaron Robert Steele, Elizabeth Janelle Stultz, Jacqueline Antoinette Whitaker, and June Zhang. Aaron Robert Steele is the recipient of the E.W. Martin Memorial Accounting Award, offered by friends of the late Mr. Martin to students who have done an outstanding work in accounting and have demonstrated leadership in the community. Aaron is also graduating with distinction in economics and business. Callista Zoe Corwin is the recipient of the Frank Dicken McAllister Memorial Scholarship, awarded annually to an upcoming senior who has designated accounting as his or her area of concentration and is based upon academic achievement, participation in extracurricular activities, leadership, and character. Shirag Lala is the recipient of the Mosley Economics and Business Award, offered by the late Ellis G. Mosley to students studying economics and business who, during their senior year, ranked highest in departmental courses. Elizabeth Forbes is the recipient of the James C. Pruden Memorial Scholarship, established by the estate of Jim Pruden and by Jim's family and friends, awarded each year to an upcoming senior majoring in accounting, economics and business, or a related field on the basis of academic achievement, participation in extracurricular activities, leadership ability, and character. Robbie Dallas Riggs is the recipient of the Eloise W. Raymond Masters Award, offered in honor of Eloise Raymond, Emeritus Professor of Economics and Business, to the student completing the fifth-year Master of Arts in Accounting program who performed at the highest level in the graduate courses. The following students are graduating with distinction in economics and business: Shaquille Rashad Grant, Elvis Mong, Hugh Trung Nguyen, William Alexander Robb, Julia Bertina Secor, Olivia Grace Sloan, Ryan Edward Stanowski, Stephen Mark Stearman, Elizabeth Janelle Stultz, Jacqueline Antoinette Whitaker, June Zhang, and Peyton Roush. Sorry. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of Education please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Alundra Marvis Dixon, Alexis Ann Paul. Alundra Marvis Dixon is the recipient of the Robert W. Meriwether Secondary Education Award, established by the Education Department in honor of Robert Winston Meriwether, longtime faculty member and friend of the college. This award is presented to a secondary education student teacher on the basis of coursework, student teaching experience, and professional interest in education. Alexis Ann Paul is the recipient of the Hendricks College Early Childhood Education Award, presented to a student majoring in elementary education, selected on the basis of coursework, student teaching experience, and professional interest in education. Lexi will also be graduating with distinction in elementary education. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of History please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Kevin Neal Austrian, Joshua William Copeland, Reba Jean Cullinan, Ian Russell Goza, Emily Irene Hardick, Joshua Allen Knight, Sydney Elizabeth Meyer, Megan Elizabeth Prettyman, Michaela Joy Roberts. Reba Jean Cullinan is the recipient of the Larson Prize, given annually in honor of David G. Larson, professor of history at Hendricks from 1975 until 2006. It recognizes the student who has demonstrated outstanding ability in History 300 historiography. Joshua William Copeland and Megan Elizabeth Prettyman are the recipients of the James Jennings Prize, given annually to senior history majors who have made outstanding contributions to the department, to the college, and to the community. Joshua and Megan will also be graduating with distinction. Emily Irene Hardick is the recipient of the Richard B. Yates Prize, given annually to a senior history major who has submitted an outstanding paper based upon original historical research. Emily will also be graduating with distinction. The following students will be graduating with distinction in history: Kevin Neal Austrian, Ian Russell Goza, Joshua Allen Knight, Sydney Elizabeth Meyer, Michaela Joy Roberts. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of Politics and International Relations please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Morgan Nicole Carrico, Mustafa Isaac File, Abigail Hope Gamfer, Barrett Connor Goodwin, Anusha Jawani, Shirag Lala, Andrew Charles McWard, Brooke Taylor Nelson, Samantha Michelle Sexton, Kay Beth Tyson. Barrett Connor Goodwin and Samantha Michelle Sexton are the recipients of the W.C. Boothman Prize in Politics, offered by friends of the late Dr. Boothman to politics majors for outstanding achievement in departmental courses and on the senior thesis. Both Barrett and Sammy will be graduating with distinction in politics. Shirag Lala, Andrew Charles McWard, and Brooke Taylor Nelson are the recipients of the Ian T. King Prize in International Relations, offered by friends of Dr. King to international relations majors for outstanding achievement in departmental courses and on the senior thesis. Shirag, Andrew, and Brooke will also be graduating with distinction in international relations. Abigail Hope Gamfer is the recipient of the Brandon Matthew Ryan Scholarship in Politics and International Relations, presented to that junior politics or international relations major who best combines a demonstration of aptitude and growth as a student of politics, personal character, and leadership traits. The following students will be graduating with distinction in international relations: Mustafa Isaac File, Anusha Jawani, Kay Beth Tyson. The following student will be graduating with distinction in politics: Morgan Nicole Carrico. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students who are being honored by the Department of Psychology please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Jessica Bonamwezi, Kelly Nicole Bryce, Bryn Williams Davis, Alundra Marvis Dixon, Emily Margaret Delpierre, Grace Lois Dostart, Caitlin Beth Hendrickson, Sarah Elizabeth Moore, Natalie Anna Mulkey. The following students are graduating with distinction in psychology: Kelly Nicole Bryce, Emily Margaret Delpierre, Grace Lois Dostart, Caitlin Beth Hendrickson, Sarah Elizabeth Moore, Natalie Anna Mulkey. Also graduating with distinction in psychology and the recipients of the Margaret E. Fitch Award in Psychology, presented in recognition of outstanding achievement in psychology, are Jessica Bonamwezi, Bryn Williams Davis, and Alundra Marvis Dixon. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will the following students being honored by the Department of Sociology and Anthropology please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Sierra Danielle Carney, Olivia Scott Ensley, Delaney Greer Ferris, Casey Patrick Garrison, Bria Blair Guthridge, Nicholas Allen Hare, Anna Catherine Burke King, Alyssa Kelly McDavid, Anna Lauren Nestor, Rachel Wright Parker, Ariana Marcia Bloomer Poole, Isabel Carey Rupp, Haley Knight Shefferman, Matilda Bell Thacker. Olivia Scott Ensley and Matilda Bell Thacker are the recipients of the Ferris C. Baker Sociology Award, presented by the Sociology Anthropology Department to the senior students with high achievement in Sociology Anthropology major who have demonstrated a commitment to public service. Olivia and Maddie will also be graduating with distinction in Sociology Anthropology. Anna Catherine Burke King and Alyssa Kelly McDavid are the recipients of the Juanita D. Sanford Social Justice Award. Juanita Sanford's sociological scholarship, teaching, and community action have focused on advancing social justice in Arkansas. She was awarded an honorary degree from Hendrix College in 1991. This award is presented to the senior sociology anthropology majors who have demonstrated the greatest commitment to using sociological and anthropological knowledge to bring about a more just society. Anna and Alyssa will also be graduating with distinction in sociology anthropology. The following students will be graduating with distinction in sociology anthropology: Sierra Danielle Carney, Delaney Greer Ferris, Casey Patrick Garrison, Bria Blair Guthridge, Nicholas Allen Hare, Anna Lauren Nestor, Rachel Wright Parker, Ariana Marissa Bloomer Poole, Isabel Carey Rupp, Haley Knight Schefferman, Please join me in congratulating these students. To complete the academic awards, Dr. Bonebright will present awards for the Interdisciplinary Studies program.
Will the following students who are being honored in interdisciplinary studies please come forward and take a seat in the front row? Leah Marie Bishop, Peter Allen Butler, Gregory Robert Lanise. Leah Marie Bishop is graduating with distinction in interdisciplinary studies, political economy. Peter Allen Butler is graduating with distinction in interdisciplinary studies, politics, philosophy, and economics. Gregory Robert Lanise is graduating with distinction in interdisciplinary studies, mathematical economics. Please join me in congratulating these students. Will Olivia Scott Ensley please come forward to the stage? Olivia Scott Ensley is the recipient of the Bennett Essay Prize, awarded by Dr. James Bennett of Fayetteville for the best essay written on the topic of ethics and business. Please join me in congratulating Olivia. We now come to the awarding of the President's Medal. The President's Medal is presented each year to that student who best exemplifies the highest ideals of the college. Criteria include excellence in scholarship, outstanding citizenship, and service to the community. Each year's recipient of the President's Medal is named by the President of the college upon the recommendation of a nomination group. This year's recipient of the President's Medal is Peter Allen Butler. remain standing for the alma mater and remain in place for the benediction and the faculty resectional. Thank you.
Hendricks College, we will love thee through the years to come, as we love thee now today, while our hearts are young. Kindly is thy spirit, always friendship and good cheer. Make the Hendricks College to us alma mater dear.
Encouraged by these exemplars, let us go forth to pursue our passions and live out the ideals of Hendricks College. And may God's peace go with us. Amen.